Hi everyone. Is the world going insane, or is America going insane, or what is going on? This report by RT is talking about Amtrak and their rules that they tell their employees. Look at this. Calm. If you're too calm, you're a suspect. If you're too nervous, you're a suspect. If you have cash, you're a suspect. If you buy your ticket at the last minute, you're a suspect. I always buy my tickets at the last minute for everything. I'm not really big on planning every detail of my life months ahead. But this story just makes me think, what really do they want? How did they just want people to be have no emotion? But then you probably be suspicious for having no emotion. Anyway, listen to this. I may make some comments.
Are you perhaps nervous or calm on a train? Do you look around when you're on the phone or stare straight ahead? And are you the first to leave the train, or do you loiter behind other passengers? Well, you might want to know the answer to these questions. Otherwise, the U.S. National Train Service, Amtrak, well, they might report you to the police.
Okay, so are you first to leave? You could be a suspect. Are you last to leave? Suspect. Do you look straight ahead? Suspect. Do you look to the side? You can't really do anything. Okay, this is coming from a country where you can't store water on your own property. You can't have an organic garden. You can't buy raw milk or dairy products, or you're a terrorist. What is going on? You can't even move. And now we're just watched constantly with facial recognition cameras everywhere. And they do have technology that can read your thoughts. You know, they can read your thoughts via your vocal cords, because when you have thoughts, your vocal cords involuntarily move, and they can monitor that movement. That's one way. Not to mention remote neural monitoring from satellites, etc.
RT's Marina Portnay are explaining what classifies as, quote, suspicious activity.
On any given day, roughly 86,000 Americans ride the Amtrak. It's the country's nationwide rail network with more than 300 trains, and it's headquartered right here in Washington, D.C. But just about anything passengers do before, during, or after boarding is considered suspicious and questionable. Let me explain.
So this is activity. Activity meaning just looking forward, or looking to the side, or moving, or talking, or carrying baggage that's too light or too heavy. There's no right answer. It's just paranoia all the way, and you're a suspect, and they can arrest you. So what about the police? What about if they're nervous or too calm, or if they are looking straight ahead or to the side? They're not perfect either. What about them? Have you ever thought about leaving America? You just can't believe it. When I came to Hong Kong, I had no idea what freedoms I was missing. It's very, very free and relaxed. And I just hope this democracy movement doesn't change things. Anyway, continuing.
According to the guidelines for Amtrak's customer service employees, ticket agents are encouraged to report travelers for suspicious behavior if that traveler is behaving unusually nervous or unusually calm, carrying little or no luggage, if the passenger looks around while making a telephone call or stares straight ahead. That too, according to Amtrak, may form the basis of criminal suspicious activity.
Criminal suspicious activity. So, you know, I love traveling with minimum, because they want to check everything, and you're a suspect if they want to check your baggage and they find something in there. So travel with nothing, but then you're a suspect. Okay, I was at the Amtrak station in Los Angeles, and I was practically attacked by two Spanish-speaking girls who were high on something, and they were demanding that I give them my underwear. So it was just me in there and those two. I'm telling you, that was freaking scary. And I just walked out. And I don't know, I didn't report it, but I probably should have. Anyway, does it make me want to go? So many things have happened to me in the USA. It makes me not want to go back there. In fact, in Hong Kong, I feel so safe. I wish someone would chase me just for a little excitement.
Company also says purchasing tickets immediately prior to boarding, paying in cash or lots of cash, is worth reporting to the police. The American Civil Liberties Union says it's received several reports from individuals wrongfully searched and arrested on Amtrak trains. That includes a woman who was speaking too loudly on her phone and a photographer who was taking pictures of a train for the annual Amtrak Picture Hour train competition. The ACL.
Okay, now did you get that? Arrested for taking a photo when Amtrak was having a photo contest about their trains. This is a nightmare. It's really, the world is out of control. I want to get off. Stop the planet. I want to get off.
ACLU says that Amtrak police haven't caught a single potential terrorist or uncovered any serious threat as a result of reporting suspicious activity under these guidelines. But Amtrak's broad and vague understanding of potential criminality leaves most passengers open to being targeted for what is considered normal, lawful behavior.
So we are all suspects. Every single person is a suspect because every single person does this. So if you look up, you're a suspect. If you look down, sideways, straight ahead, calm, nervous, carrying baggage, not enough baggage, use cash, pay at the last minute, pay way ahead, there's no way of knowing. And they've never caught anyone who is a terrorist by using these protocols. This is madness.
Rena Portnaya, RT, Washington, D.C.
And investigative journalist Dave Lindorf thinks that Amtrak's, quote, suspicious activity guidelines are just another example of how the level of paranoia is getting out of hand.
Yes.
They seem to be wanting people to be exactly in the middle on everything. You can't be too nervous, you can't be too calm, you can't be looking around, you can't be looking straight ahead. It's a horrible attack on privacy, and the idea that they're watching you all the time to see whether you look furtive or nervous. These tend to be excuses for police to do whatever they want to do, which is basically to racially profile and go after minorities and teenagers. I think the U.S. is kind of exceptional in this.
You know, when you have to take off your shoes and everything, doesn't it remind you of like heading into the showers? You know, the gas chambers.
Level of paranoia that people have about terrorism, and also in the extent to which our police have been militarized like an occupying army. I just cannot believe the number of police cars I see in the course of a day in my suburban community. They're everywhere.
Black, wearing black. So, yeah, they're wearing black. Another one is this other story by RT. Just look at it right now. Well, one thing I wanted to say is that I went to a country in Europe, and can't even remember which one it was.
And fresh explosions rocking the...
Okay, let me just stop that for a second. I went to this country in Europe. I can't remember which one it was, but they did not really adhere to the U.S. strict checks, you know, in the airport. They would just go, oh yeah, okay, go ahead, you know. And there was one airport that I went to, an island, a Greek island, and you could actually walk out of the airport and go back in. It was just amazing. And then one time in Berlin, this was 2011, I believe, my friend and I were at an airport in Berlin, and there was a father there waiting. You know, it was a little tiny airport. I think they've changed it since then. And there was a guy standing there with a birthday cake. He was expecting his little son to show up, 6 years old, to come through the doors. And he had a birthday cake with candles on it that were lit. Can you imagine? Candles that were lit in the airport at the gate where people come through. And then on the trains in Berlin, they were like young, you know, young, I don't know how old, 18, 20, drinking beer on the train. Can you do that in the US? No. So I'm just telling you, other countries have some relaxed rules that will shock you. It's not like America. Okay, now this, I just put this in here at the same time because even though this is getting to be a long video, this just seems like such a fake report. And how did the reporters get in there? And it just seems so dramatized. Watch this. Everything's fake these days. Don't believe anything. Nothing. Not even him. I kind of like hearing his voice and watching him, but love all, trust few. Shakespeare
Syrian
said that.
town of Kobani, as the fighting for the Kurdish stronghold rages on. Kobani, which is on the Turkey-Syria border, has been the target of a massive offensive by Islamic State in recent weeks. Local Kurds have fought fiercely, fearing the consequences if the town falls. The latest pictures of fighting in the city show there are still huge explosions. Now, let's show you some footage from an Islamic State drone. It's included in a report fronted by a captive British journalist in Kobani. It's part of the jihadists' fully fledged PR campaign during their assault on the Kurdish stronghold. John Cantley was snatched in 2012 in Syria and has already appeared in at least 5 similar videos. The latest he is shown among the ruins of Kobani, reporting on the advance of Islamists and denouncing Pentagon claims that the jihadists have withdrawn from the city.
I can't even stand watching this. The Islamic State PR campaign. Why do they even use words like that? Well, you can watch this yourself, but the ending is just, it's ridiculous. Anyway, thanks for watching. God bless everyone with the truth about your soul and your future. Goodbye and God bless everyone. Bye for now.